Hi guys, let's start with Unit 6 on validation and dependency analysis. Once you're through with this unit, you'll be able to describe how to invoke the analysis of a data model, how to invoke the impact analysis function, explaining and evaluating the results of model analysis and impact analysis. Now, the analyze model, which is a rule-based model analysis tool, which evaluates the integrity of a logical or a physical model and improves its quality. Now, for invoking, which you can do from the logical model package or from a physical model database or schema. Now, for the logical and physical model, where you have design suggestions and syntax check. For the design suggestion, there's design and normalization and the naming standard, and there are object names for the syntax check. Now, for logical model, where you have the syntax check, there's key constraint and the relationships. For physical model, again, you have the design suggestions where you have index and storage and the naming standards. And for syntax check, there's data type, key constraint and indices, object names and SQL statements. Now the analysis results, these are displayed in the problems view. Now for object navigation for problem, you can double click an item in the problems view so that you can navigate to the model object. Now for impact analysis, where you find the dependencies from selected objects to other data objects and finding the impacts of selected objects on other objects and include the contained or recursive objects. Now dependencies, which could be implicit or explicit, they are explicitly modeled dependency relationship which are created by catalog loading components, and they are implicitly modeled as an EMF reference. For example, that you can see here for the reference constraint in column, and they're added through extension point, whereas the impacts, they are reverse relationships of dependencies. So if A it depends on B, then B it impacts A. Now for invoking, as we saw, we can do it from a logical package or from logical or physical data object. Now in impact analysis options, where you specify the options for analysis, there's object returned option where you have dependent objects, impacted objects, or both you can select. And there is include an analysis section where you can select the contained objects or the recursive objects. Now the analysis results, they are displayed in a dependency diagram and detailed in the model report view. Now here is an example which you can go through, a dependency analysis there with no contained or recursive objects. Now here is an example for dependency analysis with recursive but not contained objects. This is an example for dependency analysis with contained but non-recursive object. And here finally it's dependency analysis with contained and recursive objects. Now once you've gone through the complete unit, you'll be able to understand these four topics.